Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, uh, and there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Everything is clear? No issues with the audio or the video, right, guys? Great, awesome, awesome, awesome. So, how was your day, guys? How was your day? Good, great, amazing. What is the scenario? How was your day, guys? Good, great, amazing. What is the scenario right now? Good, great. Why was there no class yesterday? Actually, one of my friends got into an accident, so I had to go to the hospital on an emergency basis. I was in the hospital yesterday entire night. Right now as well, I just came back from the hospital. So that's the reason why there was no class yesterday. Nevertheless, let's start the today's class, guys. Today we are going to start with Express.js practically. Okay, up till this point of time, we had studied about Express.js um, just like in a normal sense. So right now we'll be focusing upon Express.js practically itself. So let me first share my screen, of course, so that you guys are able to see it properly. Give me a second right over here. Let me share my screen. Okay, present, share screen, entire screen, share. Set it up right over here. From here, I'll just. I hope so that they are fine. Yeah, even I hope so that he's fine. But let's see how that works on for him. Okay, let me bring the live chat on the left hand side. So फ्रंट एंड वेब डेवलपमेंट के बूट कैंप्स के सर्टिफिकेट्स रिलीज हो गए क्या? I have no clue. I'll talk to my team today. I'll let you guys know in tomorrow's class. Will that be fine? I have no clue if the front end certificates have been sent or not. We have sent it from our end to the companies so that the company is able to send it. But I'll definitely check it and let you guys know by tomorrow. By tomorrow's class, I'll let you guys know. Will that be fine with everybody? Yes, no, okay. What is the scenario? I think so. What were we using? We were using Repellent or we were using Code Sandbox. I think so. We were using Repellent, right? Just let me open up Repellent itself. If somebody else asks the same question, let them know in the live chat. Okay, so that I don't have to answer the same question again and again. We'll go with Node.js. We'll create a REPL right over here. Okay, once the REPL has been created, were we using Repellent or were we using Code Sandbox? I'm not able to remember that. Repellent itself, right? Okay, let me just see. This was the Repellent that we were using in our previous class, if I remember it correctly. Okay, so let's get started with it, guys. Let's get started with it. So this is our Repellent right over here. We're going to first of all delete the index.js file. We don't need it, so I'm just going to delete the file itself. Delete the file. Okay, and delete the file entirely. Yes, great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to enter into our shell. Okay, we're going to do ls. As you're able to see, we are having node modules package.json, package log.json, Repellent.next. We're going to create a new folder. What is the command to create a folder, guys? If I want to create a folder called as express test or intro to express, what is the command to actually create a folder? What is the command to actually create a folder, guys? Can somebody let me know? Guys, it is mkdir. Touch is for your particular files, to create files. Here we are going to create a folder, a directory. So make directory or mkdir is the right answer. So mkdir or make directory and then the name of the directory. So intro to express. and that is the name of the directory right over there. Then to so if I do pwd, right, that is present working directory, I'm able to see that I'm currently present in the oval candid modularity. I want to get into this intro to express folder. How to change my folder, guys? What is the command to go from the current folder into the intro to express folder, guys? Very good, Ritesh. It is cd or change directory, guys. Okay, intro. I don't want to type the entire thing again and again. Okay, that is intro to express. I will just write intr and then I can just press tab. It will auto complete the sentence for me. Okay, so I don't have to write the entire intro to express. I can just write int. I will just press tab and it will auto complete the name of the directory for me. So I don't have to write it all once again. I'll press enter. As you're able to see, we do pwd. We are currently present inside of the intro to express folder. Here we are going to create our file, that is our index.js. So how to create a file? What command should I use to create a file, guys? Can you guys let me know? What command should I use to create a file, guys? Can you guys let me know? Touch. Very good, Ayush and Ritesh. Touch is the command. touch touch. And then the name of the folder index.js. Once we have done that, the next particular step is to initialize npm right over here. So how to initialize npm, guys? How to initialize npm? What is the command to initialize npm? What is the complete command, guys? Init to adha command hai. What is the rest of the command? What is the rest of the command, guys? npm emit. Very good, Trisha. Very good, Aradhana. Npm init init. Okay. So once you do that, you are initializing npm. You can just go through the entire thing. Description. This is an intro to Express project. Entry point index.js. Test command nothing. Get repository nothing. Keywords nothing. Author Shaurya Sinha. License nothing. Is it okay? Yes. So we have initialized npm, guys. Now to use Express, we need to install Express. So we can go to npmjs.com, npmjs.com, guys. We can search for Express right over here. Express Express. That is the first one, as you're able to see right over here. This is the Express installation, as you're able to see. We are having npm install. You're having npm install express. So I'm just going to copy paste this. I don't want to write it once again. I'll just control C and then control shift V. Okay, when you are trying to copy paste something inside of the terminal, I will always suggest use control shift C and control shift V. Okay, do not just do control C, control V. If I try to do control V, as you're able to see, nothing is working. Okay, so control shift V, control shift C. That is what you need to use inside of the terminal. So we have installed Express right over here, guys. Now we can start with using Express.js right now. Now to do that, first of all, we'll have to open up our index.js file. So intro to Express index.js, that is where it is all kept. And we can go through the Express notes, right? So as you're able to see, this is a small example that has been given on how to use Express.js. We're going to use something very similar to that. Have I taught you guys about const? I have taught you guys about const, right? I'm not forgetting about it. I think so. Yeah. So just like our previous modules that we have already used, packages that we have already used, for example, the package like supervillains package. If you guys remember, to use it, you first have to create a const. Okay, const express express is equals to requi require and then express. This is how you basically use the express itself. Now here inside of our express as a package, it is usually not a good way of writing express. What does packet json mean? Okay, so it basically, so when you are initializing npm, so whatever npm is creating for you, the environment that npm is creating, it requires some information right over there, that what is the name of this particular initialization that you have done, what is the name, who has created this particular package, and all this kind of info, extra info that is there. that is stored inside of package.json files. Okay, for this particular example. Now package.json exists in multiple different technologies itself, but for this particular example, that is npm, whatever npm has initialized, has created, all the information about that, all the metadata about the same is stored inside of your package.json file. Ooh, I felt a little bit lightheaded. Give me a second, guys. I'll get some water for myself. Give me a sec. Tum, 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 tum. Ah, now I'm feeling nice. I'm back, guys. I'm back. So, like I said, for example, inside of our previous example itself, that is the super villains package that we had used, and we had to use a particular module out of it, that was the random module. So we had to write supervillains.random or something like that. Now inside of express, there's a lot of different things that is there. It is not as simple as just a few things. So you have this particular line of code as well. Now this is basically because in the previous versions of express.js that were there, right now we are using the latest version of express.js, but when express.js was originally created, um, it had this particular thing, that is const app is equals to express, and you call the entire package right over here, and then you start using it. So instead of you calling one tool at a time, you call the entire package and you start using it. Now this has remained a particular notion amongst the developers. Even right now you will see it in every single express project itself, although it is not required. Everybody uses this particular line of code because it is now consistent. Like every project that you will be speaking, sorry, no, you will be seeing inside of express.js, you will have this particular line of code. So we also need to write it down. Now the next thing that we have to do is, we are currently writing the backend code. Am I right, guys? What are we currently trying to do? We're currently writing our backend code. Will you guys agree with me or not? This backend code will be living inside of a server. This backend code will be living inside of a server itself. Now, how does the backend get code get to know that somebody has sent some kind of request? That okay, we are getting a get request, we're getting a post request, we're getting a put request. How does the backend code understand that there is a request coming into our computers? Now, try to understand this, guys. Your computer or your CPU itself, or your server in that particular case, let's take about a normal computer. You're having this keyboard, this mouse, this monitor that is there inside of your computer. You are having all this Bluetooth that is there. You are having Wi-Fi card that is there, network card that is there, graphics card that is there inside of your computer. Now all these different peripherals or all these different technologies that is there, they interact with your computer through something called as ports. So there are a lot of different ports inside of your computer. When your computer is made, there's a lot of different ports that is there. These ports help your computer to interact with other things, whether it be your monitor, whether it be your mouse, whether it be your Wi-Fi card, your network card, your Bluetooth devices itself. These ports enable your computer to be able to interact with the rest of the world. Now, in the exact same manner, when you send a request to a server as well, the request is actually intercepted on the ports. Whatever request is going to come or is going to go in both the cases, that is going to happen through these ports itself. Now, what we want to do is that we want our app to be continuously listening to any kind of requests or responses coming in or going out at these ports. Think about it in such a way that it is just a, we want our backend to be continuously listening. That okay, did a request come in? Okay, did a response go off? They want to be continuously listening to any kind of request and response coming out of these ports, and that is the first line of code that we are going to write. Okay, to make that happen, you are having app. dot listen. App dot listen. Now, where should I be listening? I should be listening at a certain port, right? So I'll be listening on the port 3000. I'll be listening on the port 3000, guys. Okay. So what is going to happen right now is that once I start running my particular code, my app, that is my backend code that is present inside of the server, will start listening to a port. Now, port has numbers. There are multiple ports, like I've already said, in a computer, and each of these ports have a unique number that represents that particular port. Now, why can't we use any other number right over here? So you can use other numbers as well, but you don't know which port is actually free and which port is still in use. Some ports like port 3000, port 5000, port 8000, port 8080, port 5050, all these port numbers are usually free in every computer, so you can definitely use these port numbers. But I will suggest not to play around with port numbers a lot. Sometimes I've seen people playing around with port numbers and their monitor just goes off because they did something and the port that was interacting with the monitor of the computer has now been used for some other purpose. So the monitor just turns off, and it's a huge hassle. You have to send your computer to a service station, get the entire OS rebooted, and that is not good. Okay. So always, I will suggest if I'm using a certain port number, you also use that same port number itself. It will be safer in that particular scenario. So now our app does nothing right now. It just listens to the port 3000. So let us run this particular code. Now we are getting the same error just like the previous classes. So we are going to go inside of our package.json right over here, and we are going to add a particular line of code that is type is module. Okay. So we're going to come here and we're going to add that particular line of code. Type is module. That is what we're going to add right over here. They're going to rerun this. We are still getting the error. I think so. We will have to run the shit itself. ठीक है, चलो. No issues. We'll go back into our shell. ठीक है. We're going to install Express JS once again. ठीक है. We're going to do is node index.js require Express. Why are we getting the same error again? Let me check. Let's try out with import statement then. Where did I go? Index.js. We will remove this. Import express from express. Let's try this one out. Okay, so now it is working, guys. I have changed one particular line of code. Instead of using the require, we are using import express from express. This is the website that has opened up. This is the front end of the website that we have just created. I'm just opening it up in a new particular website. So this is what we are trying getting if we are trying to send a get. We are trying to open up the website that we have just created, the backend that we have just created, right? Okay, the backend that we have just created right now. We are trying to open the front end of that particular backend, and we are getting this particular error message. Cannot get forward slash. Let us come back to this in a few seconds itself. Let us first go back and look at our terminal. Okay. If you look at a terminal, it feels as if the terminal has hanged, right? Do you feel like that? Please let me know. Does it feel like the terminal has hanged? We have run node index.js. That is how you run a particular index.js file itself using node. And as you're able to see, it feels as if the particular terminal has hanged right over there. Do you guys feel like that? So let us end. So right now our server is continuously running. backend code is continuously running right over there. Due to that mere reason, it feels as if the terminal has hanged, but it is not. The code is still running right over there. If you want to kill the server, if you want to switch off the server, just do Control C, and that will kill the server right over there, guys. As you're able to see, we are back into the terminal. But this does not look nice. Okay? It would have been better if when I started the server, I would have got a message that the server has successfully started on port 3000. Then I will be fine. Like, okay, the server is currently running. That is the reason why it feels that the terminal has hanged. So I want to send a message off into the terminal when I start the server. The server is currently running on port 3000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into index.js and I'm going to implement something called as a callback function, guys. An anonymous callback function. Now, function, I think so. Everybody knows right over here what a function is. We have already talked about what are functions inside of JavaScript. Anonymous basically means a function with no name. You guys have already studied about functions, right? So think about a function with no name itself. That is an anonymous function. That there is no name to this particular function, right? So what is function? Huja, I cannot explain that. I'm very sorry. I don't have the time, neither the particular willpower to explain to you what is a function. We have already talked about it on the day 1 or 2 of the classes. So, like I said, guys, an anonymous basically means there is no name to this particular function. Now, callback. This is the major term right over here. A callback function gets executed. Okay, so for example, what happens with a normal function? You write the function definition, and then when you want to use it, you call the function, right? Inside of a callback function, the function automatically gets called. You don't have to call the function. The function automatically gets called when certain thing happens. For example, right over here in this particular scenario, when app starts listening on the port 3000, this function will be called. Whatever function I'll be writing right over here. So you can just put a comma and then write function function, as it is an anonymous function, so directly parenthesis, then your curly braces right over there, and we'll have the code console.log server is running on port 3000. So here this anonymous function, why anonymous again, guys? Because here there is no name to the function, so anonymous. Callback, because this particular function will get executed when the app starts listening on port 3000. It automatically gets called. You don't have to call it. That is the reason why we are not giving any kind of name right over here. Okay, name right over here, guys. Aflin, I think so. You are late in the class. I've already like answered this question. I will talk to my team today. Even I don't know right now. I've sent the student information after cross verifying the attendance. So when I get to know, I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Will that be fine? Okay, so right over here, guys, now this has happened. Okay, we will save this. We'll go back into our shell. We'll rerun our code, that is node index.js. Server is running on port 3000. Now we are getting that message on our terminal, guys. Are you guys able to see this? We started running our server itself, guys. We are getting this message on our screen right now. Server is running on port 3000. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. हेलो गाइस, आर यू गाइस एबल टू सी दिस है? अगर नहीं देख सकते हो तो चश्मा साफ कर लो, बट देख लो. सबसे चिल जिंदगी सूजी की है. देखो देखो कैसे पड़ी हुई है. तुम लोग बस देखो इस औरत को देखो. जस्ट लुक एट दिस औरत. क्या मस्त चिल कर रही है भाई. जिंदगी हो तो ऐसी हो, वरना तो जिंदा तो है, पता नहीं क्या ही जिंदा है भाई. क्यों ही जिंदा है हम लोग. क्या मस्त पड़ी हुई है एकदम. शक्ल देखो इसकी. सूजी क्या कर रही है? लड़की है ना. पैर 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 नीचे कर. शर्म ही नहीं है एकदम. इसको देख देख के कभी मेरे को फोमो होने लगता है कि भाई मतलब क्या कर रहा हूँ यार जिंदगी में. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. क्या मस्त ये सोती रहती है, टाइम पास करती रहती है. अभी तक काम धंधा करके भी कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा अपने को. कोई नहीं गाइस, हर कुत्ते का दिन आता है. अपना भी आ ही जाएगा कभी ना कभी. यार सही बोला ना. चलो, कोई बात नहीं. चलो, थोड़ा सा मस्ती भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, सिर्फ काम नहीं. Okay, so now that we have started our like server, we have started running our server itself. If we go back to our website and refresh it once again, we are still getting this particular message right over here. Cannot get forward slash. What does this mean? So right now the user, I'm a user right now. I'm trying to access that website. I'm sending a get request to the server. I'm sending a get request to the server. Now this forward slash is the root location of our website. For example, google.com. That is google.com and then forward slash. It's the root of the website. Then there are other pages as well. Google.com forward slash careers, google.com forward slash images, google.com forward slash news, google.com forward slash Gemini. So these are different pages of Google, but the root page that is there, the main page that is there, that is a forward slash itself. So it is basically saying that I am a user. I am a user. I have sent a get request to the forward slash location of this particular website, but I'm not able to get anything back. Why? Because currently inside of our backend code, nowhere we have written the code to handle a get request. So even though a get request is currently coming to our website, we don't have a code to actually handle that get request itself. So what to do in this particular scenario? We need to write a particular code to handle get request. Simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to do app dot get, that whenever we get a get request at this particular location. Which location? The forward slash location, guys. App.get, whenever we get a get request at this particular location, what should happen? We will again have a particular function, guys, an anonymous callback function. Just like last time, we'll have an anonymous callback function. But this time, this function, this anonymous callback function, is going to take in two attributes as well, guys. We're going to take in two at parameters right now, parameters itself. So it is going to take in two parameters as well. Okay, what are going to be these two parameters? Request request and response response. These are the two parameters that are going to be taken in by this particular callback function. The request parameter, I think so, is very simple to understand. The request that is coming in, that is the get request. The entire request, it is going to take in as an input, and the response is the response that we want to send, right? So the response is also one of the attributes that it is, one of the parameters that it is having right over there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send a response back. Okay. So response dot send hello world. We want to send hello world back, guys. We want to send hello world back. So we are doing response. Okay, I want to send a response. Send a response. What response do I want to send? I want to send hello world back, guys. So I'm going to save this. Okay. But right now, because this is a new edit that I've made into the code, I will have to stop my server and restart it, because this is a new edit that I've done. I will have to stop my server and I have to restart my server once again so that it comes live with the latest changes that I've made to the backend code. Now, if I go back to my website and refresh the page right over here, guys, yes, request and response are keywords right over there. Not exactly keywords. You can put in Shaurya and Suzy as well, and that will also be treated as request and response. That is the beauty of Express.js. It has everything pre-built for you guys. Okay, so as you're able to see, Hello World is coming up on our website. Now, when we are sending a GET request to our forward slash location of our server, of our backend, it is sending us Hello World back on our screen, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Oh. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Now we'll make some changes in our code, guys. The first particular change that we going to do in our code is we are going to convert from this anonymous callback functions. These are older versions of functions that used to exist. We're going to change it into a anonymous callback arrow function. Okay. A difference between a normal function and arrow function is that arrow functions are faster, much more easier to write, much more integrate, and much more optimized. Okay. So these type of functions that we have already written are older versions of functions which have been replaced by these arrow functions. So we're going to replace these anonymous callback functions with anonymous callback arrow functions. Converting this into an arrow function is actually quite simple. First of all, you delete function, just delete it right over there. Okay, create an arrow right over here, and that's it. Done. This is how you convert it into a anonymous callback arrow function. You delete the function right over here, delete function, okay, and you put an arrow right over here after the parenthesis, and that's it. You have converted it into an anonymous callback arrow function. Now you don't have to write down the entire request and response. You can write Shaurya and Susie right over there as well. It will still work. But usually we use REQ and RES. This is what you will see in most of the cases itself. That is REQ and RES, guys, and that is what we are also going to use right over here. And you will have to, of course, change it right over here as well. RES. Okay. Now again, because we have made some changes in our code, if you want these changes to be reflected, you'll again have to go back. You'll again have to shut down your server. You will again have to restart your server. Now, that is also a very painstaking step, according to me. I want it to be as easy as possible. So there is something called as NodeMon or Node Monitor, guys. Okay, NodeMon or Node Monitor, guys. So this node monitor that is there basically just monitors your code. If there is any changes in your code, it will automatically shut down the server and restart it. So you don't have to do it on your own. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? If you are using NodeMon or Node Monitor, it will continuously look at your code. If you make any changes in your code, it will automatically shut down the server and restart it. Okay, so you don't have to do it on your own. So I'll just copy paste the installation itself. Control Shift V, enter. So NodeMon is currently getting installed. As you're able to see, NodeMon has been installed. To use NodeMon, instead of writing node index.js, we were using Node.js to run index.js, guys. So we are going to use NodeMon right now. It's very simple. Just write NodeMon NodeMon index.js. So now any particular install replicates node tools. अच्छा, ले भाई ले. Reloading shell है. क्या हो गया भाई तेरे को? So I think so. I'll have to discard it. ls node mon index.js. अरे रेपेलेट का वापस कुछ कांड हो गया है ठीक है बट इफ यू यूज नोडमॉन इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली जस्ट लुक एट योर कोड एनी चेंजेस दैट यू आर डूइंग so initially we had to stop the server and start it once again. Nodemon will do that for you, so I don't know why it is not working right now. There's some issue, maybe tomorrow it will start working once again. But this is how you can basically create pages. Now we'll stop right over here. In tomorrow's class, what we're going to do is I'm going to bring for you guys some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code, okay, of a personal portfolio website. I'll bring it for you guys right over there, so you don't have to worry about that. And instead of sending just hello world on our website, instead of sending just hello world on our website itself, we will be sending the entirety of a web page right over there. We will be sending an entirety of an HTML, CSS, JavaScript web page right over there. So that will be a personal portfolio website as well. You can definitely take that into consideration. So that is what we're going to do. And then we're going to look at some other requests as well, such as post requests and others as well. That is what we will be doing right now. Okay. So let me give you guys the attendance link for today's class. Give me a second. Jitlin, which internship are you referring to? Okay, where is DeFi? The campus ambassador internship is free of cost, okay, but just the campus ambassador internship. If you want to go with like data science internship or full stack internships as well, we have that, but that is paid. एक दिन मिस हुआ तो सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. Yes. Campus ambassadors don't have a stipend initially, first of all. They get their internship certificates and everything. That is a free internship right over there. Yeah, if you want to earn money as a campus ambassadors, there are multiple other paid internships as well that is there, which you can get a stipend for, which I usually post down in the campus ambassador WhatsApp group itself. Along with that, there is referrals program and everything else through which you can earn stipend. Okay. Okay. So right over here, guys, I've created the attendance link for you guys. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:57. So please start filling up the attendance. Okay. At exactly 8:57, the attendance link will be closed. So please start filling up the attendance. I'll meet you guys tomorrow and we'll continue from right over there. Okay. If you're enrolling for the training program, which is actually very good, then yes, there is a fees for the same. Sir, is it normal to suggest with building logic in code while working on a project? Will I be able to improve after doing some projects? If you are doing the projects itself, then yes, it is going to be very important. Okay. But if you are copy pasting projects from YouTube or something like that, then no, you will not be able to gain anything. Jetlin, do one thing, send me the offer letter and everything on my email ID, that is shaurya.sinha@devtown.in. I'll check it up personally. Okay? Okay. So the attendance link is there in the live chat, guys. Please start filling it up. I'll meet you in tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.